And y'all are gonna like him a lot more than y'all like me. Ladies and gentlemen, T. Francis right here.
How's everybody doing today? Y'all sound really happy. I just want to let everybody know that today I feel pretty. Do you all feel pretty?
Yes.
That's what I like to hear. I like a pretty crowd. I woke up this morning and I decided today was going to be a pretty day. I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror and I look at myself and I go, Big Daddy Pippedelic All-Star 3000. Because that's what I like to call myself. I refer to myself by my rap name, Big Daddy Pippedelic All-Star 3000. At least that's from my first album. My second album, I gotta do what P. Diddy did to shorten my name, so I'm gonna come out as B.D. Pat. But none of that is important right now. What's important is that I feel pretty. Woke up this morning and I said, Big Daddy Pippedelic All-Star 3000. Today is gonna be a pretty day. No matter what happens, I'm guaranteeing that you will end up in a bar with enough booze that despite what Jeff Lick says, you will be feeling pretty. So here's to getting prettier. I stayed at a hotel a few weeks ago and they gave me a robe. It was a complimentary robe, so I wore it all night. I still don't feel better about myself. I think it might be broken. I like when people ask me rhetorical questions. I never get those wrong. You know what's awesome about the word snatch? When you're little, it's a verb. And when you hit puberty, it becomes a noun. Thanks to Hollywood, it is also a proper noun. All snatch needed was to be capitalized. I recently learned that there's an entire cookware line dedicated to chafing. I didn't know it was that appetizing. I could start a restaurant. I have a soft place in my heart for 2,000 flushes. Because of that, I now know that yellow and blue make green. I'm a retard, dude. It's cool. I used to have a day planner, but shit kept happening, so I threw it away. I like gay homosexuals because they're happy about it. It's the ungay ones that piss me off. Being from the South, you hear crazy things. Like one day I heard a dude say, I hate gays. And I just thought about it for a minute and I was like, that's kind of fucked up. First of all, hate takes a lot of energy. And as you can tell, I don't have that much. And second of all, to hate a gay person, you're essentially hating someone because of who they fuck. And if I'm going to hate somebody because of who they fuck, I got a really long list of straight people to get to before I get to the first gay guy. Hell, to be honest with you, there's a few times in college I hated myself. I went to a club a few weeks ago and I started dancing. First of all, I'm going to do a public service announcement. If you ever see me out in public and I'm doing karaoke or dancing, please close out my tab, call a cab, and I will gladly go home. I'm a firm believer of what I do when I black out is none of my business. It's a defense mechanism, damn it. But I was in this club and I was dancing and I was doing my best attempt. It may or may not look better than that. But I was doing my best dancing and it was kind of like a movie. You know, where I was in the center and like there's this big circle of people dancing around me. but not really, because they all had their backs to me and they were just trying to ignore me. And I had this big black dude walk up to me. He goes, "Hey man, stop that. Your Caucasian's showing." So I did what any man would do. No, it's not. I think I just proved his point. I read a medical journal article the other week. Yes, potheads can read. I read this medical journal article. It's an American medical journal, and it stated that THC, the chemical in marijuana that gets you high, has also been found to help prevent Alzheimer's disease. Forget where my keys are now. Remember my name in 20 years. I think I made the right choice. So it's fucking cold outside. Has everybody been enjoying the snowpocalypse? I think they way overestimated that storm. And what gives you the right to call it a snowpocalypse? Was it foretold by Notre Dame? I don't remember being that in the Mayan calendar anywhere. Snowpocalypse. What happens when the next snowstorm comes through that's bigger? Snowpocalypse Part 2. You're still alive and it's still fucking cold. I hate the cold weather, because normally when I walk in the bathroom it looks like Gonzo with a Hitler mustache. but now it's a bearded Brussels sprout. Cold weather really affects me. Living in Mississippi, though, is kind of cool because it's the only state in the union that you can actually call in to work cold. Pick up the phone. "Hey man, I don't think I'm gonna be making it to work." "What do you mean, why?" "Dude, it's fucking 32 degrees outside." Pick out another line, goes, 32 degrees? What the hell am I doing here? Fuck that, we're closing down today. "Hey, are your kids at school?" "Oh, don't worry about it. My friend's a superintendent. They'll be home in a minute." "Hey, don't forget, swing by Kroger and get as many gallons of milk as possible." Because, you know, if the power goes out, the milk's gonna last. I don't want to be famous, like really famous. I want to be like semi-famous. Or like, "Hey, is that guy?" I want to be like semi-famous so that my kid has a head start and my kid can be like really famous. And then I can just become more famous, kind of like Billy Ray Cyrus. I think the man's got a good 10-year plan in effect. Does anybody like music? Yay, music. I like music. I like all kinds of music. I'm non-discriminate. Anything in the world I'm digging. But like when I really just want to listen to music and have a good time, I want like fucking rock and roll. Like, here's my cock rock. You know, old school Jimi Hendrix, The Who, Led Zeppelin, you know, rock. You know, fucking the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They performed in tube socks. If that's not Here's My Cock Rock, I don't know what is. But I have a hard time listening to some rock and roll because they'll do love songs, and rock and roll singers singing love songs is just humorous to me. So I found a new way to enjoy them. Change the word love to drugs. And the songs make so much more sense. I mean, think about it. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Roller coaster of drugs. That's what I want. I mean, come on now. It sounds like the Peppers in for a really long night. I mean, you got Aerosmith. Drugs in an elevator. Living it up while I'm going down. I mean, have you heard more true words come out of Steven Tyler's mouth? I mean, then you have the ultimate one. Meatloaf. And I would do anything for drugs, but I won't do that. You know, the good thing about it is we know Meatloaf does not have a problem. He drew a line. The problem is we don't know if that line is before or after sucking cock. Peggy, that was a really new joke. I didn't think it'd go over that way. So, the Mississippi State Legislature opened session yesterday. Yay, more politics, nobody gives a fuck about. Well, they opened up session, and one of the things that bill that was announced is they're going to try to ban bath salts. Seriously, anybody with iPhones, go and I check it. I check my facts before I tell my shows. But they're going to ban bath salts. Apparently, crank, meth, bathtub gin isn't cool for kids these days. They gotta go and fucking smoke mom's bath salts. First of all, if any of you have ever smoked bath salts, or anybody of you do smoke bath salts, fucking stop it! You're fucking with my exfoliation. One of these days I'm gonna be going into Bath and Body Works walking out with contraband. The problem with making things illegal is as soon as it becomes illegal, there becomes a black market. Now I'm gonna have to go down to the street corner and overpay for some watered down shit. What do you mean $25 for this? You know you've been adding that kosher salt. Then I'm gonna get mad at the dealer because, you know, he's been cutting his shit and I'm gonna have to come up with a better way to get the pure stuff. So I'm gonna end up driving to New Orleans because everybody knows that's where the good salt's at. Then I'm gonna get pulled over on my way home, I'm gonna go to jail, then I'm gonna have to be on public record looking at the judge saying, sir, the only thing I am guilty of is wanting to be silky smooth. Yeah, what if he sentences me to jail? I'm pretty sure smuggling bath salts is not that high on the street cred points. I saw Oz, I know what happens. I sure as hell ain't changing my rap name to Big Daddy Pretty Mouth. What happens if they make like a back alley bathhouse? You know, one that you have to have a secret knock and a password to go in? You know, go in and it's like... Salt water is more dense than regular water. Get your ass in here. What happens if the ghost of Frank Melton was to find it? Would he tear that house down too? Obviously, it wasn't too soon for that joke. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to leave my show every night with a toast. And in honor of recent events, I'd like everybody to put their glass up in the air with me. War Eagle. War Eagle! Thank you, Auntie Francis.